So now let's talk a little bit about some of the Salesforce considerations when you're going through large organizational change. So the first is to bring your AE along for the ride. So I'm sure all of you have an account executive or a PAM, a partner account manager at Salesforce that you work with really closely. Letting them know that these sorts of changes are happening as soon as you can will often benefit you. They've probably been through it a couple hundred times before, and so they might have some good insight. They can also help you with some of the technical stuff, right? Like making sure that you have the licenses you need to serve your new team. They can help you make sure in merger and acquisition and those sorts of things that you end up with the best possible contracts between the two original organizations, right? Or make sure too that you can get a good deal if you need a ton of new licenses. They have a lot of power in that regard, and are a really, really good resource for making sure that you end up right in the right place in the end. At that point too, right, it's important to really think about all your existing contracts. So not just Salesforce, but also, other sorts of tools like which mail solution are you using, what meeting tools are you using, but also your AppExchange app, right? One of the cool things about Salesforce is that it's so adaptable, and also that there's so many different products out there to choose from. So, something I've seen a lot of clients go through is that they go through, M&A or something like that, and now they realize that they've got everything duplicated, right? They've got Microsoft Outlook and Gmail. They have GoToWebinar and Zoom, right? Is it like all these tools are doubles and doubles? And so by really taking into account what you have and how are you using it, can help make sure that you end up in the best possible place. One of the challenges with this, I think, is that folks are often very quick to start to try to cancel things, right? You obviously don't want to be paying for things that you aren't using. I think a challenge with that is making sure that you're doing things at the right time, right? Sometimes it's worth it to hold on to something, to hold on to some of those additional licenses, to make sure that you have your whole strategy in place before you can start cutting cords, right? To make sure too that, if you say you've built some customizations on top of something you bought off the AppExchange, like GeoPoint or something like that, right? Making sure that you're being thoughtful in how to transition from one tool to another to make sure that things aren't breaking and that you aren't losing functionality that a team really, really needs.